Hey everyone, it's Justin from Alchemy Yoga. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and enjoying the beautiful weather we've been having. I've been going on a lot of bike rides lately, so that's been really fun. And yeah, we're going to start on our mat in standing, bringing the feet together to touch, rooting down through the soles of the feet. Hands come to your sides, closing down the eyes, and just connecting with your breath. Feeling your roots growing deep down into the earth, connecting you, grounding you, and supporting you. As you inhale, reaching out through the fingertips, lifting the arms above the head, interlace the fingers, stretching up. As you exhale, releasing the palms down to your sides, just moving at the pace of your own breath here. Inhaling up, interlace and stretch up. Exhale, hands come down. We're going to do a few more here, just moving at the pace of your own breath, connecting movement with breath, syncing your mind and your body. And then next time you're interlaced and stretching up, just holding that position. And as you exhale, tipping over to the right hand side, stretching out through your side body, straightening the elbows, hips towards the side wall, opening through the upper chest. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, bending over to the opposite side like a banana here, just arching the body. Hips towards the side wall, reaching through the palms. Returning back to center. Exhale, hands come down. Slight bend in the knees, interlacing the hands up overhead, stretching up and back, opening through the heart. As you exhale, hands come around to the sides as if you are carrying two trays, straightening through the knees. Inhale, hands out to the sides, and then up overhead, interlace and stretch up. Exhale, hands come down in front, and then out to the sides. Inhale, hands in front, and then up overhead, interlace and stretch up. Exhale, releasing the palms back down to your sides. Inhale, reaching up, interlace and stretch. As you exhale, bending at the waist 90 degrees, palms towards the front of your mat, hips towards the back wall, straight through the legs, length through the spine, stretching through the palms for 3, 2, and 1. Rising back to stand. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, lifting up, interlace and stretch. As you exhale, hands to prayer, folding forward. Crown comes all the way down to the earth. Option to bend the knees as much as you need here to release tension in your lower back. Drawing your forehead in toward your knees, your shins. And just releasing all tension in your backside body here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, coming into a halfway lift. Fingertips come to your shins. As you exhale, planting your palms, stepping your feet back, coming into a high plank. Shoulders stacked over wrists. Option to come down to your knees here, lowering down halfway or all the way, yogi's choice. As you inhale, lifting through the heart, coming into cobra, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, rolling the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg lifts up towards the sky. As you exhale, stepping it through, Long and strong through your back leg, rising up for crescent lunge. Stacking that front knee over your ankle, engaging through the back, pushing through the back heel, lifting that back knee, fingertips towards the sky. On your next exhale, left hand comes down to the mat, right fingertips reach up towards the sky, coming into a side twist. On your next inhale, windmilling the arms, pivoting that back foot, coming into warrior two. Reaching through the fingertips, opening the hips up to the side wall, keeping that front knee stacked over your ankle, grounding down through the knife edge of your back foot, focusing your gaze over the tip of your middle finger. Inhale, lifting that front palm up, reverse warrior, peeling and opening through the side body, maintaining that bend in your front knee. And then as you exhale, forearm comes to your thigh, left fingertips peel open to the front edge of your mat, extended side angle. Option to clasp the palms behind the thigh, coming into the bind here if that's part of your practice, drawing the chest away from the leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the bind, straightening that front leg. Left hips go back, right fingertips come forward, and then dropping that right hand down, left fingertips reach up, coming into Trikonasana, keeping a micro bend in your front knee, and just allowing yourself to stretch through the glutes, through the hamstrings, the quad. Inhale, rising up to stand, pivoting your toes to the long side edge of your mat, reaching up for the fingertips, 5-pointed star, and as you exhale, folding forward, crown to the earth. On your next inhale, rising back to stand, right toes pivot to the front edge of your mat, left hand comes down, left knee comes down, coming into a low lunge. Bringing the hands in towards the hips, or option to reach the fingertips up towards the sky, opening through the heart, sinking deep into the hip flexors here. On your next exhale, hands come down, walking those right toes out to the long side edge of your mat. Toes are pointed out at about 45 degrees. Option to come down to your forearms here if you have the space in your body. Option to roll onto the outside edge of that right foot if that feels good. Just listening to your body here. This is your practice. Doing what feels best for you. On your next inhale, grounding through the palms, curling the back toes under, stepping your front foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Option to rest here, option to flow through Vinyasa, stacking the shoulders over wrists, lowering yourself down. Inhale, lifting through the heart, opening the chest, and then sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, just allowing yourself to reconnect to the mat, really grounding through the palms. On your next inhale, left leg reaches up to the sky. As you exhale, stepping it through, rising up for crescent lunge. Energy through the fingertips, reaching through that back heel, straightening the back knee. On your next exhale, right hand comes down, left fingertips reach up, coming into a side twist. Making sure to keep engaging the back leg here. And then as you inhale, windmilling the hands, pivoting that back foot down, opening up into warrior two. Or reaching through the fingertips, stacking that front knee over your front ankle, grounding the back foot down into the mat, focusing your gaze. And as you inhale, flipping that left palm, reaching it up, opening through the side body, maintaining that bend in your front knee, reaching back. And as you exhale, forearm comes to thigh, peeling those right fingertips open to the front edge of the room, extended side angle. Option to take the bind here, clasping the palms beneath the thigh, peeling the heart and the chest away from the leg, lifting it up towards the sky. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing the bind, straightening that front leg. Right hips go back, left fingertips come forward, and then dropping them down. Right hand reaches up, Trikonasana. Keeping a micro bend in that front knee. As you inhale, rising back to stand. Toes pivot to the long side edge of your mat. Clasping the hands behind your lower back as you inhale, lifting through the heart. And as you exhale, diving forward, crown to the earth. Option to release the palms here and bring the hands down to your mat if that feels more supportive for you. Just listening to your body here and doing what feels best for you. On your next inhale, rising back to stand, releasing the palms. Left foot pivots forward, right hand comes down, right knee comes down. Coming into a low lunge on the opposite side here, hands come in towards your hip. Or option to bring your hands up to the sky, opening that heart space. Stretching through the quad and the hip flexor. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down, walking the left toes out. Option to come down to your forearms here if you have the space in your body, and option to roll onto the outer edge of that left foot if that feels good for you. Just remembering to honor your body, your practice, and breathing deep into the hip space here. On your next inhale, grounding through the palms, back toes curl under, stepping that front foot back, downward facing dog. Option to cycle through Vinyasa here, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, lowering down with control. Inhale, lifting through the heart, opening the chest. And as you exhale, hips come back, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here and just allowing yourself to reconnect to your mat. And when you're ready, stepping or hopping forward to the front edge of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, reaching and rising all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing down the eyes here and just allowing yourself to reconnect to your mat, to your breath, to your practice. Inhale, reaching the hands up. And as you exhale, dropping that left hand down as if you were carrying a tray, bending through your left knee for the inside edge of your left foot. Option to stay here. Option to kick that foot back, reaching your right fingertips forward, coming into dancer's pose. Making sure to keep that left hip focusing down towards the mat, squaring the hips here. On your next inhale, rising back to stand, bringing the hands down, bringing the feet down, and then preparing for the opposite side. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down as if you're carrying a tray, reaching for the inside of that right foot. Kicking back through the foot, reaching forward through the fingertips. Squaring the hips, finding length through the arm, kicking back through the foot, finding your balance here. And then inhaling back to center. Exhale, hands and feet come down. From here, we're going to come into a wide stance, toes pointed out about 45 degrees, sinking through the hips, coming into Malasana, drawing the elbows to the inside edge of your thighs, straightening the spine, stacking the shoulders over the hips, drawing the pelvis down towards the mat, shoulders up towards the sky. Breathing here. And then we're going to ground our hands down into the mat. Option to take crow here if you'd like, spreading the fingertips wide, walking the knees up to the back sides of the arms. Option to lift one foot, maybe you lift both feet, drawing the toes together to touch, focusing your gaze about 1.5 feet in front of your fingertips. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your feet back down to the mat, coming into a high plank position, lowering down with control. Inhale, lifting through the heart. Exhale, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to come down to our knees into a nice wide-legged child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat, fingertips reaching out in front. Just allowing yourself to take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, coming back up to hands and knees, and then coming to lie down on your mat. Option to stack your forehead on palms or bring a cheek to the mat, whichever variation feels best for you. And from here, we're going to bring our right forearm in front of us, reaching our left hand back, and then kicking back through that foot, opening the chest, stretching through the quad. And then releasing the foot down, releasing the hand down, switching sides, left forearm out in front, right hand reaches back for your right foot, and then kicking back through the foot, opening through the chest, breathing here. And then releasing that foot down, hand comes back out in front, forehead stacks onto palms, or switching your cheek and bringing the opposite cheek to the mat, whatever feels best for you. And then clasping your palms behind your back, zipping the legs together to touch. As you inhale, pulling the palms back, lifting the heart up to the sky. Option to lift the legs here. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering down with control, releasing the hands, stacking the forehead. Bending through both knees, Reaching back for your feet with your hands. Knees are about hip distance apart. And as you inhale, kicking back through the feet, lifting open through the chest. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing down. On your next inhale, grounding through the palms, pushing yourself up to kneeling. And then we're going to bring our feet out in front. Right foot comes up and out to the side. Left sole of the left foot comes in towards the thigh, squaring the upper body over your extended leg. As you inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, diving forward, reaching for the toes, the shin, the thigh, whatever is most accessible for you. If you've got a strap at home, you're more than welcome to use that too. It can really help ease the tension in your lower back. And just allow yourself to draw your attention and awareness inward here. On your next inhale, rising back to seated. Switching sides, left foot comes out. Sole of the right foot comes in. Squaring that upper body. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving forward. On your next inhale, rising back to seated. From here, coming to lie down on your back. Drawing your right ankle onto your left thigh, coming to a figure 4. Maybe this is where you stay. If you'd like to move deeper, option to clasp your palms behind your left thigh or your left shin, whatever feels best for you. And just relaxing your head back down to the mat, drawing that knee in towards your chest, stretching the hips, and flexing those right toes up towards the sky in order to protect the knee joint. And just honoring your body and your practice here, doing what feels good for you. On your next exhale, releasing the feet down. Switching sides, left ankle comes up onto your right thigh. Option to stay here. Option to reach behind the thigh or shin, depending on your flexibility. And just lowering your head down to the mat, flexing those left toes up towards the sky, opening through the glutes and the hips here. And just doing what feels good for you in your own body. On your next exhale, releasing the feet down. And from here, we're going to prepare for shoulder stand. And if you've got a wall handy, you can option to take legs up the wall. And if you wanted to take a waterfall and you've got a block or a bolster or even a rolled up towel, you can prop that beneath your lower back if that feels good for you. If you're moving into shoulder stand, just rolling up onto your shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, hands come to your lower back, fingertips facing up towards the sky, chin in towards your chest, reaching through the toes and the balls of the feet. Breathing here. On your next exhale, gently lowering yourself down, unraveling vertebrae by vertebrae. And then from here, drawing your legs together to touch. Bringing your palms beneath your sit bones. Hands ground down into the mat, pointing the toes away from you, rounding through the forearms and bringing the crown of the head down to the mat for fish pose. Opening through the throat, the heart, the chest. As you inhale, drawing your chin back in towards your chest. Exhale, lowering down. Giving your knees a nice big squeeze in towards your chest. And then rolling over to the right hand side, coming into a supine twist. option to extend the left arm here, gazing over the left shoulder if that feels good for you. And just allowing yourself to unravel through your lower back, your spine, your upper back, your shoulders, your head, your neck. Just allowing the entire backside body to release here. On your next inhale, coming back to center, and then twisting the opposite side. Right hand comes out, twisting open to the left. Inhaling back to center. Reaching for the outside edges of your feet, coming into happy baby. And just taking any final movements you might need before your final resting pose of Shavasana. And when you're ready, bringing the legs down to the mat, letting your toes splay open to the sides. Palms come down to the mat, palms facing up towards the sky. Closing down the eyes. Taking in a nice deep inhale here, filling the lungs all the way to full. Exhaling out the mouth. And just allowing yourself to let it all go. One more big deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way to full. Exhaling out the mouth. And just allowing yourself to find complete rest and relaxation here. Gently bringing attention and awareness back to your body. Finding slight movement in your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And then giving yourself a nice good morning stretch. Rolling over to your right hand side, coming into the fetal position. And when you're ready, rising to meet in a comfortable seat. Rooting down through the sit bones. Finding length through the spine. Closing down the eyes. And connecting to your breath. When you're ready, drawing your palms together at heart center and just choosing to feel gratitude for this moment, for this practice, and for something special that happened throughout your day. Drawing your hands up towards your third eye, bowing to the light within. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next week.